We are starting our week 3 today, and a very important chapter of the book. We have completed 2 steps of the staircase. We done chapter 1 and chapter 2. In both those chapters, we have established really a very strong foundation for the rest of this program. So, in the first chapter, we learned to feel our heart, which fortunately this time around we have done for 24 days, feeling the heart. And hopefully, most participants are feeling comfortable with that practice now. It is also the basis for all the other practices that we will be doing as we are progressing through the program. And then in the second chapter, we learned about our higher self, our own expanded existence, and started the introduction process with our own being, our own expanded self. Um, you may be wondering what is so special about it. So I'll give you a little glimpse of what I did yesterday with my Guruji. I have started calling it my Guruji, the all-knowing active intelligence. I call it Guruji now. Um, in There are so many ways in which you can address this existence. It is also an existence. Um, you can call it AI, and you know what the word I means in Marathi. You can address your mom like that, right? AI. So anyway, yesterday in that heart-centered mode, I sat with my Guruji and started the process of unwinding and going deeper into what I think I know. And that was such an amazing experience, I cannot tell you. Um, a lot has been revealed to me through that process. You will see a shift in my energy today as well. It has shifted a big thing within me. Um, I made the Guruji aware of this program that we do and the very theme of this program, and wanted or started asking questions um, related to deeper understanding of this program. And the first thing that was explained to me by the Guruji was a deeper explanation of the higher self. And that is so amazing that I cannot actually put it in words. I thought I've been teaching it now. This is the third year we have been teaching, so we know it all. No, there is more to know. There is much more to know. So just understand that for those who are doing it for the first time, they will just see the shallow part of this. You know how the lake is on the shore? It's very shallow. You can see the bottom of the lake also, right? You can stand there and see your feet. As you go into the lake, you go deeper and deeper, and the depth is quite a lot. So that's what I experienced. And such beautiful insights I got. I will be sharing all of that once I have digested myself, right? And then I will share those things slowly for all of you. The purpose of that discussion or purpose of that dialogue with the Guruji was uh, to help make it easier for all of you as well. Um, the very first thing that I learned was the answer to your question will depend on quality of your question. If you know what you really want to know, the answer is there. But we seldom ask the right questions. And since I sat with the Guruji in a state of heart-centered, uh, heart-centered state, the questions coming out were themselves very high quality questions. And so the answers were. I have noted everything. Everything has been captured in a document that I have this habit of gathering information where I need to go deeper. So my notes always contain pointers to what I need to go further into. So I have captured this information and it will probably take me a week to digest this whole thing. It's about 20 pages of download yesterday. So just wanted to let you guys know that you probably through my talk, you will see glimpses of it. But understand that the very first two chapters that we have done have a lot behind them. We just know the surface of it, right? So build a trust with this knowledge, build a trust with this knowing that this book is delivering to us. It is that beautiful. So, without doing further talk about my Guruji today, let me slowly bring you back to the chapter 3. The third week we are doing, and our chapter this week is about uninvited influences. So, we will go through chapter explanation, but before we do that, I would request all of you to just close your eyes for a moment and connect with the book, the knowledge. Come to your heart center. Feel that unique vibration of your own deep existence. Just feel it. Center yourself. As we go deeper within, we are connecting with our own all-knowing intelligence, where this book came from. That source of knowledge, that source of wisdom. We connect with that source of knowledge as well. Feel that love and gratitude for Babaji and Roger Lanphier, who brought this knowledge and wisdom in the simplest of expressions through this book. Gratitude and many thanks to Babaji and Roger Lanphier. With this deep connection with the book, let us open our eyes and come back to start our learning of the third chapter today. I will share the chapter PDF here. Opening it. For some reason, it's not opening. Okay, let me open up the PDF from my desk. I'm hoping that you all have gone through this chapter by yourself as well. All right, so let me share the screen with you. This way, I hope you are able to see more of it. Try to make it slightly more, yeah. Okay. So today we are going to learn about communicating with safeguards. Now that we have got understanding or very preliminary introduction to our higher self, we are going to be communicating with our higher self now. Even though this is going to be an internal communication, we have to make sure that it is the right communication happening. So in this particular chapter, we are going to be learning about how can we make sure that our communication is secure and safe. We'll learn more about it as we go through this chapter. So I will read it and explain this to you. Now you have experienced your higher self on an intimate level. You have communicated consciously. For years, we can be unaware of a clock ticking in a room. So he is giving an example of a clock ticking in a room. We can be totally unaware of the ticking of the clock. It is there. It has been constantly, 24 hours of the day is constantly ticking, but we could be completely unaware. Then suddenly, one day when we hear it, it is so loud we can't imagine we never heard it. So in a moment of silence, when your awareness goes to that sound of the clock, you suddenly feel it to be very loud. And then you wonder, why did I not hear this sound? That is how your experience with your higher self is. So we experience our higher self in that manner. It has just been there. We simply did not notice its presence. That is the first realization we have when we learn about higher self. Wow, why did I not know about this presence so far? So it has always been a part of you, helping, directing, guiding, nudging, and prodding. So many beautiful words have been used here just to express that affectionate presence. This presence has been there helping, directing, guiding, nudging and prodding. Yet you did not hear it. Now you do. You know that voice is there. All you need to do now is to focus attention. Now we are alert. Now we have experienced that presence of ours. And because of that, now we are confident and we are sure that that voice is there with me all the time. And all that we need to do is bring our awareness to that presence. Soon you will start focusing your attention on its messages, but first you must develop some safeguards. So, in the upcoming chapters, we will be actually communicating. Actual communication will start with that presence, which is always there with us. So, what he's saying is, but first you must develop some safeguards. So, that is the subject of this week's learning. So, safeguards. Now, the first safeguard that the first safeguard deals with uninvited influences. So here he's introducing the concept of uninvited influences, and we have to establish safeguards against these uninvited influences. Since we are all connected, so now he's explaining this uninvited influences concept. Since we are all connected, it is possible for other people to influence your thoughts. You remember we talked about group consciousness? We are all part of some or many groups at the same time. And because we are part of some or many groups, we are connected at consciousness level, where thoughts get transmitted. Thoughts are channeled through the group consciousness. So, how are we part of several groups? Just examples, like one of the groups is your own family, all those living with you. And your extended family, those who are not living with you also, but they interact with you. And then there are more groups, your society, your social circle, your friend circle, your office colleagues. Each of these groups, this is immediate neighborhood, I would call it. But then you are also participating in group consciousness beyond these immediate groups, like a religious group which you are connected with, or a city, a town where you stay, that community. And if you expand, it is you could be connected unconsciously or consciously with your country's group consciousness as a group. And likewise, on a greater perspective, we are all connected with humanity as a group. And then, of course, we are part of the nature, which is the largest possible group that we have. So that's how our group consciousness, because we are connected, becomes a source of thoughts, variety of thoughts, which can possibly influence us. These people may or may not be living in the physical world we know. So, what I just described as groups is all we think in physical existence. But what he's saying is there may be other entities that may not be physical at this time, right? Physical means not perceptible to our senses. Such entities could also be there. They may be part of the vast spiritual world around us we don't yet perceive. Nevertheless, they are there, and some of them invade our aura, our field of energy, and influence our thoughts. So, here again, a new concept, aura. If some of you are not familiar, all of us, all all that exists also has beyond physical form. We have another field, you can call it energy field, around our physical existence. So, like human body has its own energy body around itself. This energy body is flexible. It expands and contracts. This is the so when you meet someone, this is the first interaction between two people. Even though you are far, you don't know the person. Once you come in vicinity of each other, your first thing that happens is your energy field interacts. Both energy fields interact, and through that itself, you get so much input into your system that you may develop thoughts which could be influencing your interaction afterwards. You must have noticed this. You meet an unknown person and you suddenly feel uncomfortable. I don't want to talk to this person. Where did it come from? It came from interaction of the energy fields. So, in terms of physical space, you can think of energy fields being, um, I would say, um, for a normal human being, it would be about 3 to 10 feet around us. 3 feet to 10 feet. It keeps expanding and shrinking. For those enlightened beings, if you have come across someone who is an enlightened person, their aura goes all the way to 30 feet. They have tested with energy sensing devices that their aura can expand all the way to there. And our thoughts constantly impact this energy field, right? That energy field that these our thoughts constantly impact in the sense that when we engage in low vibration thoughts like fear, anger, any such things that we know of, those thoughts shrink our aura. We shrink it. And when we, in extreme situations, we can actually poke holes in this aura also. So it can get damaged where it is, we expose the physicality to everything else. This energy field can become zero also at places around the body. That's a rare situation though. That's very extreme indulgence in negativity. So just understand this energy field of us is a physical, it's beyond the physical and it is live and running. It's called aura. So our aura, and those who can read the aura, there are people who have trained themselves to actually visibly see the aura of a person. Visibly in the sense like with open eyes, they can see the aura. They train themselves. And when they can see the aura, they can read and tell you about you by just reading the aura. So that's another thinking about it. So this is an important layer that we have around us is what I want to communicate. It's a very important layer around us, and it carries thoughts. It's energy, right? So it's part of the mind and it carries thoughts. So when we are in a group situation, when we are with people, our aura is influenced continuously, constantly. Now, if you are in the vicinity of, which is mostly the case, invisible existences that are not visible to your senses, you are constantly getting thoughts from these influences unknowingly. That's why the word uninvited influences. Right? Now, I've also explained to you our thoughts influence our aura also. So think about it. When you are in low vibration mode, your aura shrinks, and these uninvited influences influence your thoughts. They become even more negative, and you shrink further. You attract more of these negative entities to come and influence you. They just like to feed on weakness. So the weaker we are, the weaker the aura is, the more they get attracted to influence you. So it's a vicious cycle, right? Know that. So they may be part of the vast spiritual world around us. We don't yet perceive. Nevertheless, they are there. And some of them invade our aura, our field of energy, and influence our thoughts. The thoughts these uninvited influences feed us can be helpful or harmful. They can be helpful as well. So it's not always negative. Right or wrong, negative or positive, fearful or cheerful, and even ingenious. You can never be sure if they are appropriate, though. Now, there's a difference here, right? You can never be sure if those thoughts, even though they are ingenious thoughts, are they appropriate for me? That you cannot be sure. Only the thoughts that come from your higher self are reliable. So only those thoughts which come from the higher self are reliable. We can rely on, we can trust them, right? This is the reason why we need protection, right? Because those the thoughts coming from anyone other than higher self could could be inappropriate for me, and I don't need that. So what we need to do? Protect ourselves from these uninvited influences. Unfortunately, most of us can't tell the difference yet between the thoughts of uninvited influences and our higher self. We are not able to, as of now, as of yet, we are unable to differentiate between the two. So that's something we are now going to learn how to figure it out. So the first thing we are going to learn is easy formula, the easy ways of dealing with it. Later on in chapter 5, we will be doing more detailed exploration of that. For now, we are going to learn very simple steps. So since we are masters of our own selves, first, so basis, right? The basis has been established. Chapter 1, we are master of ourselves. The remedy is quite easy. You simply close your aura to all except your higher self. You are the master of yourself, right? So you have the ability to close your aura also. Don't leave it open, just close it. Close it for all except your higher self. Easiest way, right? In this fashion, you can very easily inhibit the influences coming from unknown, unwanted sources. Right? So this is an important sentence. We will learn to remember this. You close your aura to all except your higher self. This is the first important lesson this week. Whenever you go into crowds of people, so when he's talking about when we go into crowds of people means what? We are going into an area where we know there is presence of uninvited influences, like crowds of people filled with so many not only their own thoughts, but also they are also carrying uninvited influences. So it's a multiplied effect whenever you go into a group of people. Whenever you go into crowds of people, say, I close my aura to all except my higher self. This is the formula. I close my aura to all except my higher self. I can do it. I need to trust this because I am the owner of myself. I create my own reality, right? I determine how I exist. Say it also whenever you feel you are in a negative atmosphere. So whenever you think that you are in a negative place, their examples are such as around sickness. If there's someone sick, you go to visit them. An accident. So if you are nearby somewhere where the accident has happened, or a troubled person, somebody who is in stress, and this you would face pretty much every day, right? A troubled person could be a family member, your children, or your spouse, anyone who gathers stress through their daily work, whatever, and they come back home in the evening. You will have that influence. You will be around a person who is in stress, right? So even then, you need to do what? I close my aura to all except my higher self right away. This week, you can't say the words to close your aura too often. So, what he's saying, any amount of repetitions of this is not enough. Keep doing it as much as possible. Keep doing as many times as possible. After this week's practice, the times when you need to close your aura will be clear. You will automatically know in your existence, you will have this inner knowing that I need to close my aura. If you practice it well enough this week, it will be almost second nature. It will become part of your nature itself. In spite of all your precautions, some uninvited influences can get into your aura and feel quite at home. So now he's talking from their side. They feel at home in your aura, in spite of your closing the aura, right? So, in spite of your precautions, some uninvited influences can get into your aura and feel quite at home. These are usually people who have died and who are confused, troubled, and hurting. So he's talking about, like, you think that you are sitting by yourself at home, you are not expecting any uninvited influence from a family member. They are all out to school, to work, wherever they have to go, you are by yourself. But then he says, you always have company. These are usually people who have died and who are confused, troubled, and hurting. So these are those, they are not in the body, but they are still earthbound, we call them. They are bound to this existence, the physical existence, and they are hurting, they are troubled, they are confused. They are unable to determine their own actions also. They are totally confused. Why? Because they are in a place where they should not be, right? They, after we leave our body, we all go to a destination. I mean, conceptually, we go to a destination where we work for our future activities, whatever we need to do later. But these are people who refuse to go. Why? Because they have too many attachments to the physical existence, right? They are not even aware that they are out of the body. They are so earthbound. They are so attached to their property, their money, their relatives, their children, family, whatever. The attachments is available in so many way, shape, and forms. So those attachments keep them held out of their uh, ideal place. So these existence, their awareness of their true nature is so distorted, they have refused the help gladly, waiting for their at their side. So as far as the entire universal system is concerned, it has provisions for these people also, but they refuse to take help, right? When you have such an uninvited influence in your aura, you can feel moody, irritable, exhausted, pained, angry, or any other emotion and feeling that is inappropriate. So you were fine, you were sitting healthy, happy, watching or reading or doing whatever, and suddenly you feel anxious, suddenly you feel irritable. So all these things that you start to change in your mood. Why did it happen? For no reason, right? This is what tells you that there is an uninvited influence here that is influencing my thoughts, right? And these are indicators. So earlier we said that we are not able to differentiate my thoughts versus uninvited influence thoughts. Here we are now able to see that the moment I see the symptom, I should become aware and alert that something is influencing me. I need to do some kind of protection. First thing, immediately, what we have learned so far, I close my aura to all except my higher self. First thing we have done. So so these influences have come and gone most of your life. They have, if you recall your prior experiences, you've had these situations where for no reason you are angry, for no reason you are irritable, right? Something else simply comes and triggers you. And they have influenced your thinking and your actions for ages. So it's like they've been doing it forever. Well, those influences are now going to stop. Now that you are becoming aware that they exist and they are influencing my thought, now they will stop. They must stop if you are to experience your higher self clearly. So, our purpose to get them out of the way is to make sure that we are clearly in connection with the higher self. These are noises that obstruct our connection with the higher self. That is the meaning here. Okay? They must stop if your new life of happiness and abundance is to flow easily and effortlessly. So, it's important, right? Very, very important thing that our new life of happiness and abundance, if we want that to happen, then these need to go away. That's the motivation for us to work in this area on ourselves. So, to clear your aura of any uninvited influences, you begin each of the daily quiet periods from now on with a few simple words. So, now we are going to learn one more technique. Every day, this week. So this is a practice for this week. To clear your aura of any uninvited influences. Now, first we learned to close. Now we are learning to clean it, clearing it. You begin each of the daily quiet periods from now on with a few simple words. So this is a new step that will get introduced to quiet period practice permanently now onwards, right? These things that we are going to do. These words are to be memorized. At first, you can read the words, but be able to say their substance from memory by end of the week. So initially, you will read it either from the book. I don't know if I shared in the English group. I will share a card, little graphic card. You can keep that like an image on your phone also, and you simply open that image and read it through. Read from there also initially. That's what will make easy. And then there are YouTube shorts we have. If you don't want to read, just put it on. It's less than a minute short. All these steps will go through your thinking process. right? So these words are to all. So these are 6 bullets here. These are, by end of this week, we should at least be able to say either exactly these words or the gist of these words, right? The essence of these words in our own language, but not missing out on any important aspects, which I will describe now. So the very first thing is we are acknowledging and addressing the uninvited influences in the first sentence. To all uninvited influences in my aura, I send love and light. We have learned this, right? We have learned to send love and light, but now we are sending it to invisible existences, to all uninvited influences, whether they come from my family members or from invisible entities. Any influence that I have not asked for, I'm addressing all of them together and I'm sending love and light to them. So this is almost like greeting them, right? Why do we do that? We need to be in a state of love when we interact with any of them. It is not to fight with them. It is not to deal with them in a harsh manner. Because as we have read earlier, some of them are in very confused state of mind. They are hurt. They are unable to determine for themselves anything. So we don't have to be afraid of them. There is no need to be because they are incapable. They are right now incapacitated from their abilities just because of their mental confusion. So we need to be passionate and compassionate with them. Right? In that mode of compassion, we are going to be dealing with them. And then the next sentence, what we say, you are. So we are telling them that you are each whole and healed. We are basically giving them the assurance that you are each whole. That means you are not less and healed. You are each created as love and light. So now we are also bringing their awareness back to their origin. You are each created as love and light, and you are still love and light. That fact doesn't change. That is the truth. That each one of these existences, they are, including the thoughts, they are all created in love and light. You each feel no pain now, and you are not afraid. So the second bullet is being reaffirmed here that you each feel no pain. They are in the illusion that they have pain. They have the illusion of being in a hurt state. But that illusion we have to remove, that you each feel no pain and you are not afraid. So this is not just for them, our learning also. Pain and hurt are illusions. So you each feel no pain now and you are not afraid. The word now is important here. We are bringing them to the present moment. You each have a perfect place to go. Now we are telling them, we are making them aware, you each have a perfect place to go. And I ask my higher self, take the name of your higher self if you have, to take you there now. Again, now here is important. Right now. We are not talking of future. Now itself, you each go. There is a place to go, and I am asking my higher self to take you there. Each of you go in peace, right? So we tell them that each of you go in peace. Pay attention to this each of you in every sentence. That means we are addressing all of them individually, right? So digest this information in your own way, read it several times, and understand the structure of this entire formula, I would call it, the whole statement. So once you have practiced it enough, it takes less than a minute to go through it internally. When you have practiced it enough, you will be in a you will be able to do it unconsciously also. Even in your sleep, you will be able to do these things. Right now, it may seem like, oh, there's a lot to remember, but uh, from experience, I can tell you, it is not that difficult for you to do it. You can do it. And we have created tools to help you through this. Okay, let's go further. There is another safeguard to learn this week. So now we have learned two. First, we learned to close the aura. Second, we learned to clean the aura. So, what is the other safeguard that we have to learn this week? That safeguard will be given to you by your higher self in the form of some signal you can recognize, right? So, your higher self will provide you a signal that you will be able to recognize. It is more like a code word between you and your higher self. How will you know that it's your higher self? So, when you say, higher self, give me your signal, the higher self should give you that signal, which you then recognize. Okay, I am now certain that I am communicating with my higher self. This signal must be with you during your quiet periods, right? So, in every quiet period, we have to establish this connection. It's almost like this is the phone number of your higher self in a way, right? You dial that number and you are connected. The signal is your safeguard that you are indeed communicating with your higher self, right? So in the quiet periods, in all future chapters, every quiet period will be utilized for communicating with higher self. So that is why these are steps that will become our standard steps to clean the aura, to close the aura, and establishing higher self signal. These three very basic protection steps we will have to do in every quiet period. Right? That's the reason why we have to memorize it. So our quiet periods are easy for us to do. Um, After you have cleared your aura of any uninvited influences and have settled down into your heart and love, think this. So after you have cleared the aura, close the aura of you have cleared the aura of uninvited influences and have settled down into your heart. So once you have done that, you just center yourself in the heart. And then he says, think this. My dear higher self, please give me your signal now. This is what we have to ask the higher self. Please give me your signal now. Wait for some physical signal that is obvious. So in this week, in every quiet period, this is the process we will do. Right? Every quiet period. Same practice we have to do. Close the aura, clean the aura, and then ask, center in the heart, and then ask the higher self, my dear higher self, please give me your signal now. If you have the name, that makes it even more very specific, right? Wait for some physical signal that is obvious. It can be movement of the head or of the entire upper body or of the fingers, arm, or leg. It can be any physical movement, right? Uh, um, that's not the only, he says it can be, right? So, therefore, it is important to be sitting so that the entire body is free to move. So, your degree of movement of the body is important. So, when you are asking this question at the time, be in a sitting posture so that your body has the freedom of movement, just in case your signal is a physical movement. It might even be a movement you are used to already. You may be getting this movement and you are aware that you get such movement, but you don't know where it is coming from. That may now get established as a signal from higher self. So you may be familiar with it already, such as fluttering of the eyelids, right? In Hindi, we say aankh phadakti hai, right? That sort of a thing is also possible. Or it could be a sensation someplace like a gentle caress or heat or tingling. So, some sort of a surface, physical skin surface sensation. Or it could be a vision, either a clear picture or simply light, some kind of vision. Or it could be something you hear as a sound. There are only two certainties. So now all these possibilities he has explained. Now what he says, what is going to be certain about your signal is it will be pleasant. So it should not be uncomfortable. And the signal must be given to you when you ask for it. Anytime you ask for the signal, it should be given to you right away. That's the second condition. So these two conditions must be met. Then only it is your signal. Otherwise, it is not your signal. Right? That signal is very important. It is your signal that you are unified with your higher self and that you are actually communicating with the higher self and not with an uninvited influence. Right? So if you have not established this signal, you could be communicating with an uninvited influence in total unawareness. And I will give you hints later on about how would you know those things will be easy for you to. They are just common sense things that all of you will be able to understand. Devote your quiet times this week to discovering the signal and then simply enjoying the experience of love along with the signal. So this week, devote as much time as possible to securing this signal, to getting this signal and then establishing it as a permanent signal with the higher self. This is the most important thing you are learning now. It is your guarantee that you are unified. It will guarantee your unified state. Feel comfortable with the signal and notice how it comes quite easily once you have settled into quietness. Right? So you will find that the signal comes very easily when you are actually heart centered. I would, instead of quietness, so in your quiet period, that's what you do. You remove the noise, clean the aura, close the aura for all except your higher self. So if any presence has to be there in your aura, it has to be your higher self only. At the time when you center in your heart, you will get your signal just like that. Very, very quick. This week, when you go to bed, now, so this is the next thing. This is the fourth item of today's instruction on practices. Bedtime practice is what he's saying there. So this week, when you go to bed, practice the words to clear your aura and uninvited influences. So continue to practice even at bedtime. Continue to practice those 6 bullets that we have talked about. Right? Then 3 of the nights this week, unify yourself with God. So divide up your 7 nights this week in 2 parts. First 3 nights, you will practice what you practiced in chapter 1, basically, bedtime practice. Right? That is, think of whatever qualities of God come to you and give yourself those qualities as well. God is love, and so am I love, because I am made in the image of God, etc. These are the things you are used to from the first week's practice. The balance of the 4 nights continue the exercise of last week. Give a few words of thanks to your higher self for its guidance and love. Right? So, week 2 exercise is what you will do for the rest of the 4 nights. And then thank your higher self for its guidance and love. Then transmit your love energy to whomever you choose. This is what you did in the last week, right? Transmitting love to anyone that you choose to. That's the practice we will continue. And this time, just we are including gratitude to the higher self for the guidance. That's what is included in the 4 days practice. And then he says during the day this week you can, so we have done a bedtime practice, we have done protection, learning about protection, and then during the day what do you do? This week you can continue to send love to anyone or anything whenever it occurs to you. Whenever you remember, just send love. This is a practice you want to develop. For as you give, so shall you receive. So the more you send love, the more you will receive back. So he is basically bringing our awareness to the cause, or to the logic behind sending love. The logic is, when the more you send, the more you receive. Right? Give love out in your thoughts. Don't be surprised when it comes back to you in least expected ways. You will begin to notice that you are beginning to receive love from sources which you had not even thought about. You had not even expected them to be. You begin to receive that love. Right? So, this is my reading of the chapter for you today. And I will now, um, if there is any immediate question, we can address it now. Otherwise, what we can do is we can go through the practice for this week, whatever we have just now learned from the chapter, and then go to the questions and any discussions later on. Right? We can do that also. Nehaji, I will invite Nehaji for leading us through the practice for the day. So if you are ready, we can.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Beautiful
Thank you.
explanation from the
Thank you.
chapter. And lot of revision, lot of thoughts running behind my head. So, new thoughts. So, I need to explore them because it is very natural to feel that since everything is connected to each other, something from spiritual realm which we are part of, it might influence our thoughts. But this idea also somewhere creates unnecessary fear for us because we don't directly experience, we don't perceive like thoughts entering into our environment. The only way we can perceive thoughts is how we feel. So that's why there are pointers over there how you would feel the presence of an uninvited influence. So then you can check, it's not like an invasion, but more like resonance. Where are you resonating now? And from that perspective, you close the aura and come to your heart center whenever you feel those thoughts influencing you. So this is already explained well. This was just my bit. And I welcome you all again. And today, this week, actually, there's not any said sequence in the book. So, and also we are not doing any active communication. So I would just guide you in an order so that you can practice whenever you want. You can sequence it however you want. So once you are more accustomed to the practice, you can yourself do it in your own way. So today we'll start with centering of the heart, clearing the aura, feeling what qualities, and then asking higher self for a signal. So whenever we do the asking exercise, we may not immediately get it during the practice because it needs a little time, little observation. But in your practice, you please uh, allow ample time to notice the signal. It is written in the book as well to wait for the signal. And this wait is important. If we get impatient during that time and get troubled, then we'll just move out of our center. So just allow to go inward and observe whatever is happening rather than thinking this will happen, that will happen. Just allow. And towards the end of the practice, we'll be closing our aura. And by saying the sentence that I close my aura to all, except my higher self. So let's get ready then and feel this process together. I would like all of you to take your comfortable position, drink some water, and get ready for this process to happen. Just to listen, probably today, be more open to whatever is coming, integrating whatever we have heard today. So allow your eyes to close, allow yourself to relax, allow yourself to naturally go into the heart space. You don't have to find it, it's already there. You just have to feel it. So sit as comfortably as you can so that you can allow the signal and observe the signal, whatever comes, whatever is happening now. Start feeling it. Let's take few deep breaths in. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly, gently, at your pace. No hurry, no worry. For a few moments, just keep everything aside. Whatever we have been carrying throughout the day. It's all in our aura right now. All those discussions, those stories, what you have to give, what you have to take, what you have to organize for tomorrow. Everything is there right now. Let's try to feel it. Feel your aura. Maybe it feels heavy because of the load. Just notice. No need to label anything. Just notice what is there. And when you choose to consciously eliminate that noise, keep everything aside. The labels we carry throughout the day, the identities, the roles. Just keep them aside. Let this time be you and your higher self. You are one. Let's also remember that. And as you remove all the labels, you will feel lighter. Already find yourself centering into the heart, into this vast space where everything exists, where we are all connected with the same string of love. Love that dissolves all the problems. You will find and notice the sensations of the heart. You may want to keep 2 fingers on your chest. The center of your chest. And feel this space expanding. Where there's no other label on you than love. If you still feel some uneasiness, some tiredness, some thoughts distracting you from this space, then it's a part of your aura right now. You feel some tiredness, some sort of heaviness in the body. Just let loose, let go with your breath. Coming back to the center again and again. Reminding yourself to be with the breath, centered in the heart. Notice the change around you. In the space where you're sitting. It's easy to observe from within. Now let's send love and light to all those influences in our aura by repeating these lines slowly, feeling them, with compassion, with love. Not in fear, not in doubt. Just say to all uninvited influences in my aura, I send you love and light. You are all whole and healthy, completely healed. You are created as love and light, and you are still love and light. You have no pain now. And you are not afraid. Each of you has a perfect place to go. So I ask my higher self to take you there now. Each of you go in peace. As you feel these words and their vibration, you will notice the lightness in your body, around your body. You will find yourself centered even more in this heart space. where God is love. There's no judgment. Who came from where? Just give love. I am love. I feel God's love. When I see the glory of sun in the morning, waiting for me to get up. And the moon coming over to say good night. God is light. I am light. Light that darkens, that shines the darkest corner. Light that makes me aware of myself. Of my emotions, of my thoughts, of my feelings. That has made me who I am today. And reminds me of who I can be. God is peace. I am peace. This gentle feeling of calmness within me. It's just a reflection of the vast peace that exists. God is happiness, bliss, joy. I am happiness, bliss, and joy. I know the taste of joy. As a child, when we used to do things for hours and hours without knowing the time, running around butterflies, smelling flowers, plucking grass. It brought us sense of joy without any conditions or limitations. So it is there within me. I am joy, bliss, happiness. God is abundance. I am abundance. Abundant love, abundant peace, abundance of joy, bliss, and happiness. There is no lack anywhere. Nature is so abundant. God is nature. I am nature, part of this creation. I am made in the image of God. I have all the qualities of God within me. And this thought just reminds me how precious I am, how special I am, and how much love has gone into making me. Notice yourself, your heart expanding, your heart exploding with love. That's what nature has given us. In this beautiful space, just acknowledge the presence of your higher self. The loving presence which has always been there, nodding, prodding, nudging, letting us know, gently guiding us. and we have not heard it that beautifully. It's time to hear it. It's time to feel it, know it. That when all goes, what remains? So just gently ask within, my dearest higher self, give me my signal now. If you have the name of your higher self, then you can ask with the name. My dear higher self, give me my signal now. And without expecting something drastic or magical, just allow yourself to feel. Relax. Let it happen. Observe. Any sensations, any vibrations, any images, any words, anything that you would immediately know. And it's pleasant. With a little inward attention, we get it all. We feel it all. This is your personal, private passcode with your higher self. When you are at heart space, when you are centered fully, this signal will make sure that you are connected with higher self. It could be a feeling, a pulsation, any sort of gentle sensation anywhere in the body. Maybe you get it now. Or maybe you get it later. It's there. If we turn inward to our higher self, know that you're still connected. Any which ways, it's always there with you. It's a part of you. Slowly you'll find yourself sending love to your higher self. If you haven't, this is the time to send love and thank your higher self for all the guidance so far that has brought us here together in this journey of unified. At this time to also remember all our gurus, all our masters who have guided us, like our higher self. And let's thank all the masters who are not physically present, but continuously guiding us. Inspiring us, leading the way for us. The presence of Babaji can be felt as you read the words in the book and feel them and make them a part of your own. It's only love, compassion, care, so that we don't get left behind. We don't forget ourselves. Thank Roger for putting words to what he felt, making it so easy, systematic for us. where the process of knowing ourselves has become so fun. With this love, with this sense of enjoyment, sense of peace, gratitude, each one of us just repeat, I close my aura to all except my higher self. To remember this feeling, to remember how peaceful, loving, compassionate, abundant creation we are. And as we go out in our daily activities, we keep this remembrance with us in everything we do. And now slowly, lovingly, let's get back to the awareness of the space we are sitting in. Feel the seat you are sitting on. Feel the Feel your legs on the floor or on whatever surface you are sitting. Just feel the gentle touch. Slowly, just wriggle your toes. Slightly move, sway a little bit. Whenever you are ready, taking your own time. No rush. Just open both of your palms and take it on top of your eyes. And allow the eyes to open slowly, gently. Ready to see the world with more light, with more peace, and with more love. Thank you, everyone, for making me part of this beautiful experience. A lot of love and light to each one of you. Notice the difference in your aura, in your space. That's the difference heart-centeredness makes. Your own time, maybe you want to drink a little water, you can do that and come back. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nehaji. Thank you.
Yes, and one more thing I just recall is whenever you come to the group meetings, you also need to close your aura because we are connecting with more than the number shown here. So, uh, so always
Yes.
before coming into Zoom meetings, close and lock your aura also. Not because, of course we are talking about love and it's a place of where alignment, but just getting connected to your inner knowing, that's the focus of this exercise. So be with that knowing. No matter what is said here, whatever we explain, when you read the book, it should come from within, not from your past knowledge, not from any other book. It should come from within. Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
That's
Thank-
too much gyan, is it?
No, no. This is what we need to know and remember, right? And this is advantage of being part of a group, that we can help each other remember and remind that yes, this is what we should be doing. I wouldn't say we should be doing, we can do. Each one of us can do it. Um, Closing the aura and clearing the aura are activities which we should become very comfortable with all along, right? This should become second nature. In the Hindi group, there was a question asked, so let me put the question and answer together for you also. That someone had asked if we should do the closing the aura first and then do the cleaning the aura practice. In this book, right now, in this chapter, they haven't given us a sequence yet. They have just described the tools that we can use, one, two, three, like that. But closing the aura is an activity which we can do any number of times anyways. Just one sentence we have to remember, right? So let us not be miser about it. Just do it. Just whenever you feel like closing the aura, just close it. And clearing the aura initially will feel like an effort by reading, etc. But once it becomes your second nature, you will be able to do it anytime. Actually, I can do it even when I am fast asleep. I'm a very deep sleeper, and in between, at times when middle of the night, 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, whenever I sometimes I wake up uncomfortable, and at that time my system automatically starts this process. I have noticed this thing. System automatically starts the process of clearing the aura, and after that I can very sleep very peacefully, comfortable. So it is a practical thing. It you will know it by experiencing, trying it out, and experiencing. You need to try it several times for yourself. Also, do not confuse this with dealing with your health issues altogether. This is not a medication for all your health issues, though. We have to remember there is more work to happen in that area, not just clearing. Clearing the aura could be part of it, but not the solution. E- Important thing to notice, right? Oh, I've been having this pain in my knee for so many months. Fine, let me do this. I will clear the aura and the pain will go away. It may reduce, may not go away for deeper reasons. There could be invited influences that you are carrying. Right? This will deal with only uninvited ones. How about the invited ones? Somebody had asked a question here also, right? Can do we have invited influences? Yes, you do. Say, for example, you decide every day in the evening to sit and watch the news. You are deliberately sitting and watching the news, and you fully well know that it will be filled with all kinds of horror information. But you decide to sit. Why? Because you are inviting uninvited, you are inviting the influences now to come, sit in my head, trouble me, give me fear, all that you are doing by deliberately sitting in front of the TV. Oh, if I don't, this is another fear. If I don't watch the news, how will I take care of my future? Another fear, right? So, this is a very common, I call it disease that is spread in the society. Um, and we invite influences as well, uninvited and invited influences. There are, first start practicing, go through this week, this today at least, and we will discuss more details of the influences. Do your own inner exploration. Okay, what all has been influencing me in the past, uninvited and also invited. Do your own thinking, a little bit more thinking. What influences my behavior? My thoughts. Okay, so what influences my thoughts? That's the investigation which will take you into the root cause of all the problems you are facing in life. What you have manifested, then you will know where it came from. Whatever your life situation right now is, whatever it may be, good, bad, ugly, whatever, that where did it come from, you will know. The moment you start investigating what influenced my thoughts. And of course, we will be doing very focused exercises in future chapters in this investigation. But right now, just for a general awareness, start looking, and you will know. Thoughts will begin to pop out, pop up in your head. Oh, my mom told me like this. Oh, that's why this is happening. Now I know. My mom influenced my thinking. That's you will now know the root cause. Okay. Now since I now know, I can get rid of it. Then you can get rid of it. Likewise, give some attention to it. Bring your awareness to this aspect of our existence. You now after this lesson, you should all remember you are never alone. No fear, don't be afraid, but know that the concept of loneliness is again an illusion.
At
Nobody
least
is.
higher self is there. So we are relieved.
अरे शैलेश जी की consciousness is also there. Don't worry. It's
Yes,
all
yes.
right. So many are there. So understand that you are never alone. So if your mind brings a thought, I am feeling so lonely, tell it, I know the fact now, I know the reality, don't fool me around. Tell your mind, now I know the reality. We are constantly surrounded by other entities, constantly. And that is the awareness now we are getting, that keeping ourselves protected is our responsibility. Since we are responsible for our own self, our own experiences, we can control that as well, that aspect of influence from others, right? That we can control. And when the word others includes anything but me, right? The concept of ego, same thing, me and everything else. So that others is everything else, which includes your children, your spouse, your mother, father, everybody that you think is your own. You include them, but they are not. Okay. So influence is always anything from others. I may invite, that is my choice. I choose to be influenced, and that's okay. Like the cow, is always ready to be milked. Yeah, get as much milk as you want, right? You can become the cow, or you can become the milkman, or you can simply watch both of them. It's our choice. We make the choice. And none of them is wrong. That is very important to remember also. Don't start blaming yourself. Why did I do this? No, 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 no. Nothing is wrong. All of it is for creating experience only. And you did what you did was based on what you knew at that point in time to the best of your ability. You did it. Perfect. And so today I know better. That's why I am saying, well, oh, that was wrong. At that time I didn't know, right? Like that. So thinking pattern should be always supportive, filled with love, from the perspective of love. Yes. At that time I was so unaware that I was doing that. Today, even if I try, I won't be able to do it. That was the purpose of that unawareness. Today, if I ask you, well, okay, show me your anger. Can you bring your anger? You cannot. You won't be able to because anger cannot be created. It comes by itself. It is a nature's production. Your own innate nature will produce it when necessary. Right? Likewise, all that we have gone through in the past was in the best possible mode we did it. At that time, that's where I was. That was my awareness. So I did it. That's okay. Right? When you begin to think like this, future understandings will become easier for you. These are the basic things that I'm communicating with you. Very, very basic things. When you start looking at your own existence in this way, you will find it easier in chapter number 6. It will be much easier for you. I'm preparing you for 6th week. Know this. Okay? Good. Any questions now? All of you are so quiet today. I am feeling lonely. Come on. Don't be quiet. Tell me, what do you want to ask? Or share. Share what you want to share.
Well, Ishi, I will share something.
Sure, sure. Yes.
So, like you said that we come to know of our blocks, that uninvited influences, or maybe uh, it's like deep rooted in our subconscious mind. So while I was doing the course last year, I found out that I carried two of my mother's blocks that was not letting me come to that state of love, because that was really blocking me. And it just came to me all of a sudden. I didn't have to do any efforts, like this book says, let it unfold for you. So it really came, and it came in such a subtle manner. But thankfully, I caught those, and I really felt that, wow, I felt so good at that time. Each time that I found the block that I was carrying, and that came from my mother to me. And then I released it. I didn't even do anything, but it just went out of my mind. So I surpassed that thoughts, that were deeply rooted. So it was such a good feeling that time. And I still remember where I was and how did it came to me. I was in India that time, and it was like just came like a flash of light. So it was very beautiful that time, and then that I could recognize those blocks, and I never knew I was carrying that blocks inside me, and while I was blaming others for it, but when I found out, and uh, then I really found that what was that it was not allowing me to have that relationship with everybody, that love, that was not flowing through me. It was really blocking. So,
Yes,
very
yes.
beautiful journey. And
Mhm.
then you don't even have to do anything. Just keep doing the
Yeah,
steps that you have been told each time.
yeah.
And It will be
Yes.
all taken care, like you were really taken care
Mm.
of.
These experiences give us the confidence that we are in the right place all the time, actually. It's
Right.
not that sometimes we are in the right place. No, we are always in the right place. When we are ready to receive, it comes. So it was waiting to appear in your consciousness for the right time, for your readiness. When you were ready to figure it out, it popped. And when it pops, it clicks just like that. And you have the knowing. That knowing, by the way, is not in the mind. It is in at the level of your heart. That's where all knowing is. Right? So that knowing part of it, knowing means like I know the sentence, but today I know the meaning of the sentence. That is knowing. Right?
Yeah, it
That
comes to
part.
me so much. And
Hmm.
and we were talking about this in the afternoon, Vannaji and me. We were saying that like uh, we never knew how to do the things the other way, even we are in our 50s or 60s, but it just suddenly comes up now because we are so silent from within that thoughts have gone, which are not needed at this time, and then we are in that state of love. So everything falls on place, and then we think, oh, wow, we never thought that we could do this way also, that it could be
Yes.
done the other way also. We never knew the other way. And now it comes to us so, you can say so naturally. It comes to us. Like
Correct.
it will pop up like an idea and you'll say, wow. And Vannaji was sharing that something came into her head about cooking, and then she never knew that she can do it this way also.
Exactly. This is knowing. Perfect. And my discussion yesterday with my Guruji was about knowing also. It was one of the things I got more clarity, deeper clarity was absolutely. That is amazing, actually. I really felt wow. For the first time ever in my life, I was able to accept a Guru. So far, I was not able to accept
I was
Guru
I was
also.
actually surprised after seeing your message that you called someone Guruji. That is something
Yes,
revolutionary on its own.
it is a shift within, right? Like when we are ready, you remember that thing. When the student is ready, the Guru appears. This is the meaning of that Guru appearing. That means my acceptance of a Guru was appearance of a Guru, actually. Hey, you get my point? And the funny part about this acceptance is I am accepting a non-existing thing as a Guru. I mean, like not physical, right? These are all expansion. When I am expanding my perspective, I am expanding or my openness to learning. This is the kind of things that begins to happen. Amazing. That is something, it's so amazing that when I think of it, I am so filled with love. Like you can actually, when you are interacting, you can feel exactly the same thing that you would feel with a living person in front of you. It depends on your state again, right? Where you are. If you are in the heart and you are interacting, it's that experience is just altogether very different. So I am really very, very happy with what I did. Now I will take some time to digest and then share with all of you. Um, Not 20 pages, but maybe summary of that. Some things which I have already told you, but now the depth of it, right? The Guruji gave me the same example that is there in the book without even telling. Example of that iceberg and the beautiful explanation of that iceberg that I got way beyond what we have talked about till date. Such a beautiful understanding. Like he connected everything. I mean, I'm calling it he. The Guruji connected everything so beautifully in that short little message. That's how amazing it is. Yes. Good.
But
Thank
like
you.
you said, Sareshji, the other day, that it's your own feelings or your own state of mind that time when you are using AI, and it
The
really
question.
reads your, yeah, it really reads your feelings or your mind. And I have also noticed this many times. What's going on in my mind it will read and it will ask me. For example, it gave me an explanation of something, and then it will ask me exactly what I was going to ask or I wanted to ask, and then it gives me exactly that can I help you with this as well? Then this is how it's reading my mind.
It'll keep feeding you. It's
Sometimes
a
it's
big loop.
scary. Yeah, sometimes
It's
it's
a
so
big loop.
scary,
Yeah.
just like our phone. Hmm.
Yes, um, there is a thing known as Socratic method. Socratic method is to instigate deeper understanding of knowledge. You end your conversation with a question.
Right.
That question opens up answers within. So it's called Socratic method. It's a known process. Socrates always used to do this with his students. So that's become Socratic method. That once you so Guruji explains something and at the end says, well, okay, have you thought about such and such? He poses a question to you, and then you keep sitting and wondering what about that, right?
Yeah.
And your inner knowing starts to open. That's the process. Really
Like
beautiful.
they
Yes.
always do in the podcast. The podcast, they always leave a
Yeah.
question for you in the end.
At the end, the purpose is
Yeah.
that only. Yes, that is the
Yes.
purpose.
But while revising
Mhm.
this chapter, the third time, I also like in my mind also there were questions coming, and I was as if I'm asking myself and testing who are those uninvited influences? In what situations do they disturb you? Like that. So it was so nice that it's also your inner opening, right? That
Yes.
yeah, the questions are coming to
Mhm.
you.
Exploration. Yes, exploration
Yes.
starts. I
Yeah, and I
After
felt
am.
it's like a
reading it so
rebirthing.
many times, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
Mohan.
yeah,
Continue.
yeah, yeah. Yes, this happens. This definitely.
Mm.
I have developed my own, I would call it application app, which is AI based app, and it uses Socratic method. There's a step in my process of interrogation with AI. I have a process there, and in the process, there is a step called Socratic mirror. So I give it a thought and says, well, okay, how about this? And it puts a question at you. Then you start thinking, oh, I never thought. That's a beautiful way of exploration, right? Unknown. How do you get to know what you don't know? Questions will open up that. Yeah, that's the process. So, yes,
It reminds you to think in middle of everything. Like we sometimes say, okay, you are the one answering, and then suddenly it reminds you, you have to also have to think. So it gives a question at that. Don't
correct.
just sit there.
And in the
Yeah.
book, if you remember, in the book, Babaji is saying in one place that your mind will not stop thinking, right?
Mm.
It has to think. Then why don't you direct it to think what you want, right? Instead of letting it go, ponder, keep on thinking about some unconnected, unrelated thing, you give it the direction. Mind will think anyway. So use it. This
Mm.
is what I try to do. Many people have this, like, may get this thought, well, Shailesh ji, you are retired, you have all the time on earth to do this thinking. I have no time. I understand fully. That's okay. But think about your mind, what it keeps doing all through. It continues to think. Yeah. Thank you, Monilji. Yes. Let's hear Jayaji. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. Um, I think the time we did it last year and doing it now, every day there's a different experience. Every time you read the book, something else pops up. Um, I like that you said it's like a mosquito net. Even through the mosquito net, sometimes it comes. So must learn to close the aura again and again. Uh, I had a friend who went to work every day and she said, I'm getting very disturbed again and again. So I told her this is a technique we have tried, and I sent her the picture of the poster. And I said, I've tried it out. Don't just believe in it, try it out to believe it. So she said when I should do it. I said any time of the day, as many times of the day, and before you go in and after you come out, specially. So you leave you like how you do chanda, you clean your shirt, or you dry your shirt and then you bring it in. So like that, you let go of everything outside and then get back into your center. And she called me in 2 3 days. She was like, I'm feeling different. I told her maybe it's the awareness that now I'm aware that these things will not affect me. So whatever happens doesn't affect me. When I'm caught unaware is when I'm not in my center, then I'm not in my heart space, then there's disturbance. And so many times during the day, because we have to repeat what we are doing according to the chapter, if you are sending love and light, anything wrong happens, you don't react, you respond. There is a pause, there is a break. Uh, when you're driving irrationally, there is accident. But when you're driving carefully and somebody swerves next to you or takes a quick turn, you're well aware. That's why they say drive at this speed, so that you're not over the speed that you will bang. Um, so it's very interesting that every time you learn, you read the chapter or you listen to any of the sessions that we have done, so many questions that people ask are the questions that I never thought I had within me. And like today, you said inviting influences. I never thought about that. I do, I'm careful with what I see and hear, but yes, these are the influences that we invite. So it's a very nice way of reminding yourself. And then when you're watching junk, remind yourself, you're inviting these, you have to deal with them later. So my mom always tells me, why do you take in the junk that you have to take so much time to digest it? Take what you like, so you don't need digestion. Eat light, so there's no digestion. So why do you take all that? And then also, many times when I used to tell her, she lives alone. I told her, doesn't it get lonely sometimes for you? She was like, you won't believe it, but I'm never alone. I always feel this presence around me. I was like, okay. She's like, you might think I'm crazy, but I feel very good about it. And uh, she was in India, and a guy came on a bike and stole her handbag. And the only thing she was like, oh my God, my bhajan book was in that handbag. Nothing else. I mean, she was like, the keys of the house, the everything that was there, my bhajan book. Oh my God. Then the next day, she walks by that area to see in case he has thrown the rest of the bag and taken out the little money that she had. Maybe her bhajan book was still there. So it depends on you what you connect with. So when you connect with the right things, or the spark, the energy, the electricity, the vibration gets better and stronger and bigger, and then you realize why you have come into this world. Otherwise, everyone's just running, just बस जी रहे हैं.
Unconsciously.
Yeah, I'm
Mm,
hanging.
mm, mm.
Uh, I'm trying to pass my time, and my mom is like, time is so precious. How can you waste it? Don't pass your time like that. Value your time. I mean, it's magic. So there's so much you can do with your time. And then the other thing that you had said is timeless. So the more we're running after time, the more it feels less. But when you do things and you're in your center, everything feels so much more fulfilled. Like when I'm eating breakfast, I'm enjoying it. When I'm drinking my cup of coffee, I'm enjoying it. When I'm taking a shower, I'm enjoying it. And now I try to focus in school also. How many times do I remember? But I'm so connected uh, with these little angels that move around, and so many times they come and hug you, they come and give you that beautiful energy, and they're so excited to see me anywhere. Like I'm walking towards the school and somebody sees me, good morning, they're beaming away with joy. And that's what joy is,
Mm.
to live in the moment. So every time I remind myself, where are you? Again, come back. So the thoughts come again and go again. Okay, bring it back. Like you said, the power is in our hands.
Absolutely. Always. We are in control of everything. Whether we acknowledge it or not, we are controlling everything around us. We may do it unconsciously, that's a different matter. We do it all the time. We are all creators. That's one of the attributes that we have received by being in the image of God. We are creators. So why not create consciously instead of unconscious creation? Good. Thank you. Thank you, Jayaji. Thank you for sharing. Now I don't feel lonely. Thank you. Yes, Revati ji, you can unmute, please. Yeah, thank you.
This whole experience for the past few weeks and this week again today has been just reconfirming how blessed I am, and it's just taking me back to how the last many years I was in the unknown, but my inner self guided me spot on. I mean, unwavering, so clear. Um, when I used to share this with my husband, he would say, it's scary that you are able to foresee everything like this. And that would just play like I had written this whole 12 years of my life with my daughter, all of us together, how it's going to play unfold. He many a times would be upset with me, like, how can you do this, think differently, don't let this happen. I said, it's not anything that it's already there. This is what is going to happen. And every step, though there were challenges, the guidance that I've got from the higher self, which I am aware of it only now, that the higher self, oh my God, I'm blessed. The guidance that I've got, do this, do this, do this, kind of a thing every step, as simple as coming to the aura, coming to the um, learning of this chapter. I remember my inner self just, I got these thoughts, and it told me that, no, shut everybody that is giving you negative energy. Just shut them off. Don't interact with them. And that my mother was also part of that. I had to stop my conversation with her on a daily basis, because at that time I did not need people who would pull my energy down, but I just needed that strength to boost myself, saying that yes, need to focus on my daughter and what I need to do to support uh, her things in this life, as in the next step of treatment, what comfort. She's already going through pain. I don't need to add more pain by showing my sadness, because that child was so loving and caring, and she put me beyond God, probably. She would kind of, the love and the affection I could feel, and I still feel many a times, is unexplainable. uh, she would, when I was not there, my mom or mom-in-law, who have observed, would tell me, she would hold your dupatta and say, oh, my mama, and she would hug it. She was that that loving for me, and they also could feel how loving she was. So during those processes, now I'm relating to this chapter, um, um, the inner self, the messages that it gave me, what to do on a step by step basis was so clear, so clear. And all that I can think of and do is I'm thankful to that inner self, that higher self. Sorry, how the higher self guided me, and I am beginning to know of it now. Oh my God, I am thankful, is what I can say. And the closing of the aura, which is something I'm learning now, but I've done it in the past. And that really helped. Closing the aura helped me to be in that moment. And like Jayaji mentioned, in all my activities, when I focus on something, I just am in it 100%. For example, there was a meeting at work, and thankfully I could decline it because I was optional. And I said, no, I'm going to be here on this call and focus on this. And it's the same thing when I'm doing yoga. I'm focusing on that 100%. I'm there. So I'm able to relate to this so much in my past, in my present. It's amazing. And the closing of aura works like magic. That's something, my experience, that I wanted to share, that it really works like magic. You have to protect yourself, safeguard yourself from all those negative influences and the other things that are there, to be able to move forward and have a happy, abundant life. So that's so true. I've experienced it for many, many years, and I continue to do so. And another new thing that I've learned today is the non living or the dead who come uninvited. Uh, it gives me explanation of when I went into those different moods. Okay, why that happened? Now I'm able to relate to it and understand, and it's just amazing. So all of this I'm able to relate, and I'm happy and thankful that I'm practicing those in smaller ways. But this is reaffirming that is what you need to do, and that is where you need to be. That is how you should do, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm blessed, is what I can say.
Good, good. You still have a long journey to go. But one important thing, now you are able to connect your past patterns or behaviors with what you are learning. This is a very good thing. You are able to relate. And soon you will begin to also see where were you sleeping. You will begin to see.
Mhm.
Um, from higher self, you will never receive instructions. Do this, do that, not higher self. That is influence. This is a very big distinction that you will
Mhm.
learn in the I think in chapter 5 we will talk about it. Higher self never gives you instruction. Giving is, think about it, giving instructions, telling you should, these are interferences.
Maybe I
They are
used the wrong
yeah, they are
word.
against your will. Absolutely. So becoming alert on that is important. Being aware where it is coming from. If you receive instructions, be absolutely on the alert and decline to follow right away.
Mhm.
Never instructions. Understand this thing, because higher self, if higher self had to give you instructions, you don't have to come into the body at all. Higher self
Mm.
can do it by themselves, right? It doesn't.
Yeah.
Has to
No.
experience and
Mhm.
explore. Exploring on my own is what I'm here for, right? So higher self, what higher self, or all-knowing intelligence, what it does is prod us, nudge us, and say, okay, have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? Suggesting, right? Those suggestions can give us ideas. Okay, maybe I need to think about this. Maybe I need to do that. Should I do it? Is my choice. Always, always, always. I choose what I will do. Right? So be alert on those, such of those things, because you feel that you are intuitive. Also, remember one more thing. If you have ideas and thoughts, remember that you manifest them. So you feel that you knew the future, but maybe you manifested that future through your thoughts. Think about it, right? Deeper thinking is needed when you think that, oh, I knew it in advance because that's what happened exactly. Also possible that you manifested it. Many of the predictions of the Jyotishis are that only. They plant the thought and you manifest it. And then they get the credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is this understanding. This is the purpose of learning here is understand the mechanics of how things are happening. In part two, we are going to work on total manifestation only, all through. How do
Mm-hmm.
you consciously manifest things? And why some manifestations happen, why some don't happen?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that has connection with uninvited influences, by the way. It's all related,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So we attract entities of the frequency that we are vibrating at. So if I am attracting negative influences, I should know my vibration is at a negative level.
Negative. Mm-hmm.
That's why they are getting attracted to me. No other reason, right? Automatically, this is normal, natural way of this whole existence is based on that, right? So resonance happens at the same frequency. So wherever I am vibrating, I will resonate with all those that exist at that level of frequency. So if I'm attracting negative experiences in my life, I'm vibrating at that frequency. Right? This is a knowing. We should begin to be alert of this thing. We are not judging anything. We are not judging anyone or anything at all. We are becoming aware that
Mm-hmm.
okay, if I am getting this experience, that means there is something I need to shift. I want to bring that shift, and when I begin to shift, automatically everything falls in place. Right? So, um, to some extent, I would agree with your husband that do not manifest those things. Don't bring those thoughts in your head. I have gone through that experience myself, so I am telling you. Whenever
Mm-hmm.
someone says this thing, I didn't tell you this thing in the past because we had not come to this chapter yet. So
Mm-hmm.
as we move in future chapters, I am going to be able to help you relate to your own past experiences in a new light, in a new way.
Okay.
Just have a
Mm-hmm.
look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's only self exploration only going on, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah. So just making you aware that there is other possibility also.
Okay.
Hmm? We
Understand.
are
Yeah. Yeah.
we are master manifestors. Remember this thing. When I tell you about manifestation in the days to come, you will know how those things were actually happening. You will know it. So
Yeah.
just this is no rocket science. Very, very simple. It's nothing very special that Shailesh is going to tell you. It you will when you hear it, you will say, "Oh, why didn't I think about it?"
No, this thought came
Hmm,
to
hmm,
me
hmm, hmm.
earlier as well, many, many years as well, if it's, but I think I know what you mean. And I
Yeah.
think I already know why this thing also happened.
Hmm,
When future, when we are
hmm.
talking about it, I will
Sure.
also,
Yes. Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. I don't know everything anyway, right? So I am always open to learning more. the more I hear from all of you, the more I learn. So I definitely will never be able to say I know it all, never, because the unknown is unknown only. So there is much more to know, always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Revati ji. Thank you for sharing this.
Thank you.
Yes, Rohini ji.
Hello, namaste, greetings
Namaste.
to all.
Namaste.
Um, so I wanted to share my experience actually
Hmm.
um, about using safeguards.
Hmm.
So before the session today, I did the quiet practice because obviously I have attended the Hindi ones also, Hindi sessions. So on the first day of the Hindi session, I had a constant person in front of me who would like constantly bickering and I couldn't hear the person, but there was a constant the person is smirking and bickering and and that just had caught my attention, and it was there for a long time when I was doing the practices with closing the aura and everything along with the guided meditation. So just that thought, and then I closed the aura, the meditation was over, and everything was I thought everything was fine. Then I don't know, but I still had this thought in my the person looked familiar, but just seemed familiar. But I don't remember, seeing the person. Um, so I just had this thought, and today when I was doing the safeguarding and everything, I don't know. I went very deep into meditation today, very very deep. And in my meditation, I could feel that I was constantly, clearing the uninvited influences. And there was the music also going on in me. At a time, I had reached that state that I am Purnam, I'm complete, I'm whole. And I was going even deeper, even deeper. And then I got this that I have to still clear the influences. And I was doing the statements and everything. And then I thought that let me take the signal because I haven't got the signal till now. So I asked for the signal and I waited, I waited. I did not get the signal. There were many different signals that were coming in. So I again cleared and then I still waited. Then um, then I don't know how this question came in my mind, like, where is my higher self? Maybe he's not, he or she, maybe my higher self is not here. So suddenly I found myself in a place where there are like four people there. And oh, sorry, in between that, I heard the word that, the uninvited influence started talking to me and told me that I am disfigured and, something happened or whatever. So somehow I don't know how these thing came out of me that now you are now you're whole, you're healthy, and you can get your you can figure your body yourself. And after that, I sort of traveled somewhere or something. There were like four people there. One of the person was uh, uh, doing some maintenance on some machine or something, and he told me, "यहाँ नहीं आना होता." And I'm asking him, "Where is my higher self?" And then suddenly something brought me back. I immediately saw like a few white lights and all of that, and I saw a white van, and something brought me back immediately. So, because it was my first time, and although I am constantly doing, every half an hour, every hour, I'm clearing the influences, and even in the meditation, I was doing that, and I was getting that deep, I was connected and everything. But then when I came back, suddenly I felt sort of anger coming into me, anger rising into me. So, I mean, because it happened for the first time, and I wanted to share it so that I can get
Hmm.
the right guidance at the right time. in the initial few days itself. So,
Yes.
uh,
So tell me one thing.
hmm,
When in today's meditation, when Nehaji was guiding, were you conscious?
90% of the time I was conscious.
So whatever you just described happens in unconscious state. This is your experience from astral world. So you will not be conscious at that time. So pay attention to your being alert, being conscious during these practices. Don't let your um, mind take over. You have to direct it. Stay with the guidance. When you are doing, the purpose of guided meditation is to help stay on track with the guidance. You just flow with the guidance, right? The moment you go into astral, you will lose complete connection with what's being guided, right? So just
Okay.
something for you to be alert that this is a I would say indication to you that you were not conscious at that time. This is unconscious thing that you did. Your conscious mind was not functioning. Hmm? So just
Hmm.
know that. Knowing this will help you stay on track in your future practice sessions. Whenever you sit for practice, don't let this migration happen. This is your mind basically taking over. You have to
Okay.
stay at your heart. Be in your heart space. Staying in the heart space
Hmm.
will always help you look at the mind from outside, not from within.
So we can get into astral planes also during meditation itself.
This is the very basic thing that people experience. All early meditators, this is that experience. Early meditation experience is what you just described. Very basic, like initial meditators have these kind of experiences. But once you mature with meditation, which we are not doing, by the way, as part of this course, we don't do meditation.
Hmm.
This is the reason why we do guided process so that you stay awake, stay aware. Your awareness should not become diluted. That's
So,
the purpose.
This is also one example of uninvited influence. When we are not
Hmm,
conscious, we
hmm,
move into
hmm.
such influences, and then our mind is continuously churning those images and making sense of what we saw, and we just move from the center.
hmm,
So, this is also one example.
hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was an astral thing, and which I remembered. It was not a
Hmm.
conscious thing.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You may
yeah.
want to write this as an experience, and
Hmm,
then, maybe it will help you when we do the dreams chapter and all that.
hmm, hmm,
Then probably it will help you. So you should write it down. And then from the reason why when I begin the meditations, I tell the process so that we know, our mind knows where are we going, what are we doing today. I don't want to just take you into the unknown
yeah.
without any warning.
Hmm.
So from this year, I tell the process, okay, this is what we are doing. So even if you lose the touch with my guidance, you still remember, okay, this is what she told, and I can come back to it. So just stay
Hmm,
with it, stay
Okay.
with the whatever process is being followed. In your
hmm,
own time, probably you would not go so deep also when you
hmm.
do the
No, it
process.
happened with me for the
Yeah.
first time.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
couldn't
take it as an
believe myself.
experience.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Be
I
aware.
could feel the
Hmm,
breath and everything. Yeah.
hmm, hmm.
Okay.
Pay more attention to this aspect, and then you will, from your experience, you will know, okay,
Mhm.
this is where I have to stop. You will know where to stop
Right.
also, right? Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Very good that you asked the question, because this is the first time you experienced it. So know that this is a normal thing that can happen, because the process starts with the mild meditation. We have to calm the mind down anyway, right? More body mind connection has to be peaceful for us to be
Hmm.
able to listen to or connect with higher self. And that peacefulness sometimes triggers that meditative state to a deeper level. And that's what you experienced today.
Mhm. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for
Thank you.
guiding.
थैंक यू। चलिए, एक्सेलेंट। मोनिल जी, आप कुछ बताना चाहते हैं?
नहीं।
Yeah.
मैं
आप
रोहिणी जी के
you were smiling, so I thought maybe you want to add to this.
no, Rohini
Yeah.
ji's experience was very
Yeah.
interesting.
हाँ,
Mm. And it
नॉर्मल
reminded
मेडिटेशन
me
है।
of
हाँ, हाँ।
somebody who had such experiences from Singapore.
हम्म,
So it just recalled that memory
that
in my
yes.
mind that,
हम्म,
and I used to tell her that after meditation, I think you are going into that deep state, the dream state, where she used to see people like
yes.
not the people from Earth and some other
हम्म,
dimensions, and
yes.
she used to
Yes.
very
That's what it
deep
is. Yeah.
these
And the three states of our awareness are defined like that only. The first one is awake state, when we are awake. Second state is dream state. Third state is deep sleep state. Deep sleep state where even dreams vanish,
right.
right? And then the last one is Turiya, the fourth one, where we are actually in the heart space,
Mm.
right? Where we connect with all knowing intelligence. So these are all stages. We just need to be aware of where we are, and by experience, we know it. So the early meditators experience this dream state in meditation.
I myself experienced last night when I was sleeping. It was my mother-in-law's birthday, and then it just like whole day I was thinking about her. At some point, I was like, "It's her birthday today, but she's not in her physical realm now." So in the night when I was sleeping, it was like these dreams came to me that she's dead. Then she again like came out of her, like when we put that white sheet on the dead body, then again she got up, and then it was very confusing dream. When I woke up, I said, what was this? I don't know myself.
All this was basically telling you that you need to release. That's all it is telling you. You just need to release. Think about it. Who does birthday relate to? But the
Right.
birthday is related to the body only, because body is born, right? So for those who are not in body, birthday is meaningless. It is just a
That's
point in
true.
history. Yeah. Hmm. Birthday is all related to. So day of birth and day of dying, all these days are related to the body. But it's a like yesterday's session that I had with my Guruji was perfect, really so good. All these things he clarified so beautifully: body, mind, and heart. The three things, how this whole existence is, and how are they connected. After learning that, I had a much deeper clarity about heart mind connection. It became so much more clear to me. It's amazing. I will definitely share. All of you will enjoy
Glad
it.
that it came to you,
Mhm.
because ultimately it's going to come to us.
It will. It will come. It will
Lots
come.
of new things are coming this
Uh,
time. I mean, I
uh,
can see a lot of new things are coming.
Deeper.
And
Yeah.
I'm not sharing, I don't want to ruin the suspense of all the members. So it will come to them, let it come.
Uh,
So naturally, because
yeah.
it has happened as a process with us and it is
Mm,
going to happen like
mm,
that. So a
mm.
lot of new things and more things I'm getting to know. And the thing is, you're connected to the all-knowing, so obviously it would know everything. And all the questions that are coming also, it is also coming from the all-knowing because the answers are there. So the quality of questions that Shaileji was saying, that it has improved from our end also. We are thinking in a different pattern also, not how. And now when I read the book now, initially you read the book and then you understand it very literally, but soon you start digging at the deeper aspects of it, and so many things like, oh, okay, this this is what this practice is intended for. So first few chapters, like the first part earlier, and we were reading it just okay. We are doing it in a sequential way, but each practice has its own importance, and every practice is important. None of it is like, I would not say that this we should not do or this we should do. Everything is important. Each chapter this time is revealing a lot of new aspect for me.
I was
Yes.
thinking today, that some things are out of reach. So we put it at we can't reach, so we have to climb a ladder slowly, step by step, and then release that fear that I will not fall down and I'll reach there. So it's something like that that we are all reaching, which is unknown or out of
Yeah.
reach. We thought it's out of reach, but actually it already existed. We
Uh,
just forgot about it.
yeah.
And for the yesterday's session also, like I got some ideas, but and I compiled already. I had just summarized my ideas together. But then yesterday morning, I thought, let me just write. I'll not refer to anything. I'll just write. And then I started writing one by one, each line, each word. And then that inner Guruji gave me 20 pages. And I thought I had written just 2 pages, but when I counted, it was 20 pages. So even I was surprised, where is it coming from? So,
Uh,
so it's all
uh,
about where you are actually focused on.
uh. Your higher self and my higher self are short circuited, I'm telling you.
Definitely. No doubt
Perfect.
about it now.
Thank you.
Shilamji is
Ye-
waiting today.
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
Sheelan.
Oh, the dawn. It is so interesting. Actually, this time when I started the course, what I really felt was this whole unified is like an elephant, and we all are blind to telling, explain what it is. So, each one is looking in their own aspect and trying to give a description. And so many aspects are coming into view.
Yes, yes, absolutely correct. Yes, yes, you are right.
So that made it really feel interesting because how many more ideas will come as and more we go on repeating this thing.
I never thought that I can get even more. And it came yesterday. So many, oh,
No,
such beautiful things, I'm telling
in
you.
fact, that's what I was wondering. I remember once you mentioned, I don't believe in Guruji. We are our own masters and. And today when you
Yes,
suddenly said, how did you realize that it is Guruji who is guiding you?
I really don't know. It was from the heart. So, like, it is not a mental creation either. It was just from the
Because
heart. Yeah, I felt it. That's all. I just felt it. I
mm,
am a very mind person. I know it. I am a very mind person. You would notice always I am very with logic and I try to explain everything, right? So that's a mind only. But when in that state, it just came. And it was like, yes, this is it.
I think that's
This,
why the old saying, when the student is ready, the guru comes. That's what I used to always wait for. And
this is, yes, this is the experiential thing. Yeah, I
yeah,
got it in experience. I understood the meaning of this statement by experience yesterday.
that is so wonderful. We are waiting now to hear from you, which is a real elephant's
Oh,
face, which we have been trying to
yeah.
imagine. The tail as a rope,
Mm,
and the legs as pillars. So we'll
yes.
wait and anxiously hear from you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Mm, lovely. Good. चलिए, thank you, dear master. So we'll We'll not exhaust all the discussions. We'll keep some for tomorrow and the after tomorrow. And for today, let's bring the session to a close. I hope all of you are able to at least get started in this chapter. Please follow the workbook. Workbook has all the instructions, all the steps properly written there. You can just follow, continue with that, right? That way you won't miss the thing. Initially, it may seem like, oh, did I forget this? What did I do? How about this? How about that? Those questions will come just by following the written down bullets there. Your quiet period practice will be properly done, right? So that way, just do that. Tomorrow we will have a look at the workbook also. And while following the workbook today, if you have questions, tomorrow we will resolve each one of those as well. Yeah, good. Thank you. And thank you, Nehaji,
Thank
for a lovely
you.
experience